Would you trust a currency created by a social media network? Imagine waking up one day to find that the social media platform where you post photos, videos, and messages to friends now wants to control your money as well. A digital currency, created not by a central bank, but by a private company that already knows your habits, your preferences, your location, and even the most intimate moments of your life. Would you trust it? In 2019, one of the world's largest social media platforms announced a project that promised to revolutionize the global financial system. A borderless, instantaneous, and, according to them, secure currency. The business world buzzed with excitement. Governments trembled. Central banks sounded the alarm. After all, what if billions of people started using a currency controlled by a single corporation? But behind the promises of financial inclusion and convenience, there were questions that no one could answer clearly. Who would guarantee the stability of this currency? Who would have access to the data from each transaction? And, most importantly, what would prevent the same company that manipulates algorithms from also manipulating the value of your money? Today, we're going to dive into this story that could have changed forever the way the world deals with money. The announcement came like an earthquake. Mark Zuckerberg, CEO of Facebook, took the stage and presented to the world Libra, a global digital currency backed by a consortium of powerful companies, including giants in the payments, technology, and e-commerce sectors. The promise was simple and enticing: to allow anyone, anywhere in the world, to send and receive money instantly, with nearly zero fees and without depending on traditional banks. The official narrative was one of financial inclusion. It is estimated that around 1.7 billion adults worldwide do not have a bank account. Libra promised to change that, enabling transactions with just a smartphone and an internet connection. For millions of people in fragile economies, this seemed like a lifeline. Facebook assured that it would not control the currency alone. A consortium called the Libra Association, based in Geneva, would bring together heavyweight companies like Visa, MasterCard, PayPal, Uber, and Spotify. Each member would have a vote, and governance would be decentralized, at least on paper. But there was a detail that unsettled governments and experts. Facebook is a company with a controversial history regarding privacy and data use. Cases like the Cambridge Analytica scandal were still fresh in the collective memory. And now, this same company wanted to manage not just your social interactions, but also your money. The reaction was immediate. Central banks, regulatory authorities, and politicians from various parts of the world began to question the project. Christine Lagarde, then president of the European Central Bank, warned about the risks to financial stability. The United States Congress summoned Zuckerberg for hearings, demanding clear answers about security, money laundering, and monetary control. The central problem was simple. If billions of people started using Libra, it could become more influential than entire national currencies. This would mean, in practice, monetary power in the hands of a private corporation, something unprecedented in modern history. Political and regulatory pressure began to suffocate the project even before its launch. Countries like France and Germany declared that they would not allow Libra to operate within their territories. The United States imposed nearly impossible requirements to meet, fearing that the currency would be used to finance illicit activities and circumvent economic sanctions. Under the weight of criticism, key companies began to back out. Visa, MasterCard, PayPal, and eBay announced their departure from the consortium. The project, which was born ambitious, began to shrink. Facebook attempted a rebranding. Libra became Diem. The proposal changed, becoming more modest, focusing on digital currencies backed by the dollar, euro, and other stable currencies, rather than a single global currency. But it was too late. Public trust had been shaken, and the initial enthusiasm had vanished. However, the idea sparked a warning in the halls of power. If a social network almost succeeded in creating its own global currency, what would prevent other companies from doing the same? Amazon, Google, or even gaming platforms could attempt to follow suit. In the geopolitical arena, the episode accelerated discussions about state-issued digital currencies. For example, China advanced rapidly in the development of the digital yuan, seeing Facebook's proposal as a sign that the world could migrate to new forms of money, and that it was better to get ahead. For Facebook, the dream officially ended in 2022 when the Diem project was sold to a US bank. But the consequences remained. The attempt exposed the fragility of the global financial system in the face of technological giants. It showed that trust, the foundation of any currency, is not something built solely with technology or marketing, but with credibility, stability, and, above all, governance. The story of Facebook's digital currency is a powerful reminder that, in the world of finance, trust is everything. A social network can connect billions of people, influence elections, and shape behaviors. But that doesn't mean it can or should control the money you use. On one hand, Libra, and later Diem, demonstrated the potential of technologies to expand financial inclusion. But on the other, they revealed the dangers of concentrating so much power in a single private entity. After all, whoever controls your money also controls your economic freedom. Today, with the rise of central bank digital currencies and the growth of decentralized cryptocurrencies, the question remains, what will be the next step? Will we see, in the future, a truly independent global currency, free from governments and corporations? Or will we remain stuck in systems controlled by a few, whether public or private? The episode also reinforces a lesson that applies to any innovation. Not everything that is technically possible is socially acceptable. A social network's currency might have worked on a technical level, but without the trust of governments, institutions, and the public, it was doomed from the start. And you? If tomorrow your favorite social network launched its own currency, promising zero fees and instant transactions, would you trust it to hold your money? Leave your comment below, like this video, and subscribe to the Mundo Enriquecedor channel for more stories that show how money, power, and technology shape our world. And don't forget to watch the next video where we'll explore another bold idea that nearly changed the financial system forever.